सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामया, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखमाप्नुयात्। ओम शांतिः शांतिः शांतिः। Lord, let all be happy, let all be healthy, let all attain goodness, let none get misery. Om, peace, peace, peace. Today's chief guest, Professor Vikas Chaudhary ji, the Dean of Faculty of Arts of Gauhati University. Today's guest of honor, Professor Jagdish Sharma ji, Secretary University Classes, Dr. Kaveri Saha ji, Head of the Department, our dear Tanmay Maharaj, Tamogna Maharaj, who has come from our Gauhati Ashrama, Ramakrishna Mission Ashrama, other expected dignitaries present here, the faculty members present here, and my very dear young friends. At the outset, I would like to congratulate Gauhati University to start a center, a department of disabilities. I was told in the whole country, this is the 4th university in the whole country to start such a department, especially for the disabled people. I really congratulate you. You are one of the 4 universities in the country. It requires a great vision to understand the need of future, to understand the need of the people, to understand the need of the society. And Gauhati University has gone forward, advanced. It really deserves congratulations. I also would like to congratulate the department for its foundation day. So many years have passed, and I am thankful to Dr. Kaveri Saha, the department in charge, to give me the opportunity of delivering this Foundation Day lecture. Before I start, I would like to apologize in advance because of the viral infection and the throat infection. My throat is not cooperating, but you cooperate with me and listen to whatever I say in spite of the fact that the voice will not be good. I hope I will get cooperation from you. You will bear with me. The topic that has been given is a very important topic: psychological distress, personal goals and family expectations, a bridge to balance. Whatever problems we are facing now, they were already foretold by the great thinkers many years back. One of the great thinkers of the world is Alvin Toffler. Alvin Toffler wrote a book. The name of the book is The Future Shock. 20 years back I read that book. And in that book, Alvin Toffler says the whole society is undergoing transformation at such an accelerated speed that the society would not be able to absorb that shock. And that time has come. Everywhere you find generation gap. Not only in India, in all the countries. You yourself know very well the problems that you are facing because of the generation gap. Many students come to me and they confide to me, Swamiji, nobody understands me at home and nobody wants to understand also. And they come in the morning, in the evening the parents come They say nowadays the children are not listening to us, they are most disobedient. They have also their problem. That is the generation gap. Why it has come? Because the society has undergone tremendous transformation. So, the parents are expecting that type of behavior pattern which they are used to because of their generation. And the children, the students, first of all, they do not know about that generation. And if they want to conform, supposing some children are very nice, they want to conform to the instructions, they want to be obedient, and they want to obey the parents, and they want to follow the parents, then what happens? The friends start deserting them. There is peer pressure. So the students are sandwiched between two parties, between peer pressure and parent pressure. Where to go? That is where it is required, balancing is required. A bridge to balancing that is why required. We will have to understand the problems in the proper perspective, try to find out a practical and a pragmatic solution. It's not a matter of 1 or 2 days. We have to work it out. But the only solution then is the generation gap can only be reduced by one method, that is by reducing the communication gap. Let there be more of communication. Try to find out when your parents are in good mood and try to talk to them. Try to tell your problems, the real problem that you are facing. That mummy, if I follow like this, then my friends will desert me. They will say you are coming from the 18th century, we are talking about 21st century. So what I should do? Let them know your problems. You also try to understand their problems. Emphatically, emphatic hearing, patient hearing is very much required. Dialogue is the only solution. You must have more and more meetings, more and more of communication. The only way of bridging the generation gap is to bridge the communication gap by having more communication, better communication, effective communication with your parents. Then sometimes there is a problem about finding out the career. You find that my goal is to go for this line. I want this career. But they want, no, I could not become a doctor, you must become a doctor. But I don't like medical line. No, you must do what I could not do. That is a wrong attitude. I tell the parents also. At the same time, sometimes your goal may not be practical. Your goal may not be practical in the immediate past, immediate future. So you have to be also pragmatic in nature. You have to also understand the difficulties, the limitations. For example, if you say, no, I want to become a doctor, and you must give me 1 crore rupees donation for entering a medical college because I could not pass the examination and test examination properly. That will be too much expectation from the parents. So you also have to understand the practical problems of the parents, from where they will give. They can get the student's loan to a certain extent, but after all, interest will have to be paid. Anyway, these are all various problems. Now, as far as the career development is concerned, you can go for the aptitude test. So find out what is your aptitude. That is a scientific way. When the aptitude test says that this line will be suitable for you, then you can tell your parents, yes, even the psychologists are telling that this line will be good for me. And it is good to have aptitude test, because sometimes we ourselves do not know which line will be suitable for me, what is my capability, what is my real aptitude. So it is better to have aptitude test, better to take the help of the psychological test. Now supposing you are playing cricket, many boys are here, you play cricket, Supposing you are given LBW out, leg before wicket. You are not satisfied with the decision of the umpire. What do? Third umpire. Isn't it? Go for the third umpire. Go for the opinion of the third umpire. So here also, when the two parties are not able to decide about a particular issue, go to the third umpire. That is, take the help of a guardian, maybe your uncle, maybe your teacher, maybe a person who understands you and who understands your parents also. Let there be a bridge between the two in the form of that umpire. And because of that impartial, that third umpire will try to see the whole thing in an objective way. You are seeing the particular things from your perspective. The parents are seeing the things in their own perspective. But the third umpire, the judge, will be impartial, so he will be able to see both the sides. And so he will be able to give a better decision or a practical solution. But all said and done, these are all small things, but do they happen? But apart from that, coming to the main problem, psychological distress. Now, psychological distress is not the phenomena only for the students. Everybody is under stress. And not only in India, all over the world. Stress management is becoming very important all over the world. Many companies have started special programs on stress management. According to Chicago-based research corporation, 40% of companies are having regular programs on stress management for the executives. Teachers, everywhere now in the schools, colleges, they are advising to have counselors, psychological counselors. Psychological distress is becoming a universal phenomenon. But more alarming fact is that it is more prevalent in the students. Now, what we thought is the best period of life to enjoy life is student life or young life. When you are young, you cannot enjoy life when you are old, when your teeth is gone, bald head, and you are just walking like this. You cannot enjoy the life. You cannot enjoy the life when you got a lot of responsibility, you are married and you have 5 or 7 children, 14 children. Of course, nowadays only 1 or 2. Chota parivar, sukhi parivar. But whatever it is, so many responsibilities, even one child also, education is so costly that we cannot afford for the second child also. Anyway, so many responsibilities will be there after marriage. Now this is the time, student time is the only time when you really enjoy the life. And you find they are the most depressed class, the most miserable class. They are all students. And highest number of suicide among the youth, among the students. My God. So far we were thinking student days are meant for enjoyment. And here the students are going for suicide. What a paradox. This is the time to enjoy life, not to give up the life, not to commit suicide, or not to have psychological problem. Problems will be there, but don't take them so seriously that you have to undergo psychological treatment. Swami Vivekananda was asked this question by Maharaja Khetri. Maharaja Khetri was from Rajasthan. Ajit Singh Ji, he was his disciple. So suddenly he asked Swamiji, what is life? Swamiji immediately replied, life is nothing but the unfoldment of a being under the circumstances trying to press it down. The circumstances will try to press you down, but you face the problems boldly, face the problems squarely. Life means problems. If there is no life, if there is no problem, there is no life. Life means problems. But why are you afraid of the problems? Take them as challenges. Now, if at present you are undergraduate students, postgraduate students. How many are the PhD students? Now, how many? Okay, there are PhD students also, very nice. Now, is it better to be a PhD student or a postgraduate student? Which is having higher status? Tell me, PhD or post-graduation? PhD. But you ask them, it is more difficult. They are facing more challenges. To give examination, PhD, first of all, to get a guide itself is very problem. A proper guide and then the proper topic and then to get all these things and then go to the library and this and that. It's a very cursing affair. Is it not difficult? To do PhD, is it not difficult? Is it not more difficult than doing post-graduation? Then should we not do PhD? Should we do PhD or not? Yes. But it is more problem. Invite problem. What is there? The more the problem, the greater the problem, the greater the person who comes out of it. Many students, they complain to me, why all the problems are coming to me only? God is impartial. All problems coming to me only. Then I ask them, hey, come here. You want to become ordinary or extraordinary? I want to become extraordinary. Okay, then you listen to the equation. Ordinary persons have to undergo ordinary struggle. Extraordinary persons have to undergo extraordinary struggle. Now tell me whether you want to become ordinary or extraordinary. Then you have to undergo extraordinary struggle. So remember the equation. The greater the person, greater the struggle, the greater is the person who comes out of it. But you must come out of it. Then only you will become great. If you get strangled and oh, I have got so many problems, go on weeping, I must commit suicide. How to commit suicide? There are 25 books available. Let me find out one book. Already 25 books have come in the market. How to commit suicide? That is not the solution. The greater the struggle, the greater is the person who comes out of it. If you give examination of graduation, you will get graduation certificate. If you give examination of post-graduation, you will get postgraduate certificate. If you do study of PhD, very hard work, you will get doctorate. Doctor, you can write, I am not only Mr. Sharma or Mrs. Sharma or Miss Sharma, I am Dr. Sharma. But you have to undergo the struggle. So why are you afraid of problems? Problems are challenges. Face the challenges boldly. When Swami Vivekananda was traveling all over the country, before going to America to participate in the World Parliament of Religions in Chicago, as you know, he delivered his historic speech on 11th September. That was also 9/11. But we did not listen to his message of harmony of races. There was another 9/11. And the Trade Center, World Trade Center was destroyed because of fanaticism, against which Swamiji had spoken on 9/11 in 1893, 108 years back. Anyway, before going to America, Swamiji had traveled all over the country. During that time, he came to Varanasi, Benares. There he went to Durga Devi temple. After darshan of Durga Devi temple, he was coming out. And suddenly, some monkeys started chasing him. Big monkeys, big size monkeys with black face. They started chasing. Now Swamiji became afraid. He started running. So Swami is running ahead and the monkeys are going after them. Swamiji is going ahead and monkeys are going after him. Now, on one side there was a big wall. Another side was a big pond. So where to go? So Swamiji is going forward and forward. But the monkeys are chasing. What to do? Swamiji got tired. Suddenly, he heard an old man, old monk, shouting at him, "Hey, daro mat, bandar ka samna karo. Don't be afraid. Face the brutes, face the monkeys." When Swami heard like this, he just stopped wherever he was. And he looked at the monkeys and he had a stick like this. He did like this, and all the monkeys went away, fled away. Immediately they fled away. Afterwards, in his lecture in America, Swami Vivekananda said, that day I learned one of the greatest lessons of my life. What is that? Face the brutes, face the animals, face the monkeys, face the difficulties of life. Difficulties when they are following you, if you get afraid, the difficulty will go on mounting, more worries, more unhappiness, more misery. But if you face the problems boldly, difficulties will run away. Find out in yourself. Any amount of psychological distress coming from any worry, any problem, don't be afraid. Face the problems boldly. Yes, problems are many. There are many maladies, but there are many remedies also. Most important thing is self-confidence. You must have self-confidence. If self-confidence is there, no number of problems of life, whether it is generation gap problem, whether it is examination stress, whether it is some other disability problem, all these problems will be disappearing if you got self-confidence. And this will come by the development of SQ. I would like to share with you my experience that I had at Harvard University on 18th November 2018. I was talking to the students of Harvard University, and at that time I told them about SQ. They became so much interested that instead of 1 hour, the whole thing continued for 2.5 hours. There were a lot of question answers, there were a lot of interaction. So I would like to inform you, I would like to tell you, if you develop SQ, you will be able to face the problem squarely, any problem. You will be able to have more of confidence. Your self-esteem will grow. You will be able to give any interview better. You will be able to face the problems of life better. But you must start developing SQ. You know about IQ, intelligence quotient, because you have got high IQ, that is why you are here. Those who have got dull IQ, they are outside. But IQ is not enough. 1991, Daniel Goleman made a research and said IQ is not enough for success. If you want long-term success, if you want long-term happiness, long-term peace, you must have another thing, and that is EQ. What is EQ? Emotional intelligence. You know about it. And now, the latest discovery of the modern science is SQ. Dana Zohar, she is a professor in Oxford University. She has written a book, the name of the book is SQ, Spiritual Intelligence, the Ultimate Intelligence, where she says, neurologically, physiologically, biologically, psychologically, from every point of view, there is a concluding evidence. There is something called SQ, which is the basis of both IQ and EQ. What is IQ? IQ, intelligence quotient, will tell you how to play the game of life. And what is EQ? Emotional intelligence, emotional quotient will tell you how to play the game of life better. With better intelligence, under changed circumstances, with changed strategies. That is what EQ will tell you. And what is SQ? SQ will tell you
Why to play the game of life? Why we be here on this earth? Why we are born? What is the purpose of life? What is the ultimate goal of life? All the psychologists talking about goal setting, but that goal setting is different. But what is the real goal of human life? Have you ever thought about it? I asked many youngsters, what is your goal? Oh, my goal is to become so and so and develop career developments and then earn money, this, that. Okay. What is the ultimate goal of your life? I never thought about it. Where will you start thinking? When the life will end, at that time it is no use thinking. Now, before the car starts, you must ask the driver, where do you want to go? You must tell the driver, where do you want to go? When the driver has already reached the airport, then you say, I wanted to go to the railway station. It is no use telling that. Again come back. Before you start the car, you must ask this question, where do I want to go? Your car already started 25 years back, 27 years back, 22 years back. But you never ask this question. There is a beautiful Zen story. A horse was galloping at full speed. And somebody asked the person, hey, where are you going? And the person said, ask the horse. Because I am not taking the horse. Horse is taking me. So I am not leading the life. Life is leading me. Everybody going after career development, I am also going after career development. Everybody going after money, I am also going after money. Everybody going to the well, I am also going to the well. Just blind imitation, like flock of sheep. We have become flock of sheep. We have never asked this question. What is the purpose of life? So Dana Zohar says, we are unfortunately living in a dumb society where we have forgotten the basic purpose of life. Why the youngsters are committing suicide? Only one reason, they do not know the purpose of life. Life is not just for giving away. Life is a precious thing. According to the Indian scriptures, 84 lakhs of species are there. Out of that, only one human species have got the spiritual intelligence. This is what our scriptures say. But the modern science says no, not 84 lakh, but 125 lakh. That is 1.25 lakh crore people, species are there. But they also say, modern science also says, IQ is available with all the species including computers. EQ is available only with a few species, but SQ is available only with the human species, spiritual intelligence. Just imagine, out of 1.25 crores of species, human being only has got that SQ, and you are a human being. Have you got any doubt? You are all human being, or you are from other species? So you are all human being, all of you got SQ, which is a rare thing, not available. And yet you want to give up the human body and take up the other species. You do not know whether you will be reborn as a human being or not. And some people think that if I commit suicide, all my miseries will end. No, it will start. Misery will start. Why? Because then you have to go to a ghost yoni. Ghost means no body, only suffering and suffering. You cannot weep also. If you have physical body, you can weep. No weeping also. It's a very terrible suffering. So you are going from bad to worse. Committing suicide is a reverse journey. And after a lot of suffering, again you will be born as a human being. Again you have to face the same problem. So escapism is not the solution. Suicide is the escapism. So coming to the main point, goal setting. What is the purpose of life? We have forgotten. She gives the example, a beautiful example, Dana Zohar. by the side of the Mexican coast, there was a management consultant. He was sitting on the shore. At a little distance, there was a fisherman who was sleeping in his boat, and it was afternoon. So this management consultant said, "Hey, what are you doing? Why are you not fishing? It is still afternoon." And the fisherman said, in a sleeping posture, he said, "Sir, you know, in the morning I got a big catch. I got a big fish. I sold it and I got a lot of money. So my quota of earning money is over. And so I am now enjoying my sleep." Huh? Is there any quota system here? Why don't you fish more, then you will get more money? But what do I do with the extra money? Why? Deposit. Deposit? You never heard the word deposit. Yes, open a bank account and deposit. Then go on depositing. When you got enough money, you purchase another boat. Then with another boat, you will have more fishes and more money. Then again deposit. Likewise, go on depositing, go on earning, go on increasing the number of boats. You will have long fleet of boats. And then you will become CEO of a multinational company. Then you more headquarters from Mexico to New York, open branches all over the world. Then of course, when you open branches, you will have to travel all over the world. So naturally there will be blood pressure, there will be bypass surgery. When there are 3 bypass surgeries and doctor says no more, then you retire. You sell the companies, come back to me. I am an investment expert from Harvard. I will tell you how to invest, where to invest. When you invest like this, every month you will get a fixed income and you will be able to sleep nicely without tranquilizers. Sir, I was sleeping nicely till you woke me up. Danazwa says, this fisherman has got low IQ. He doesn't know how to make money. This management consultant has got high IQ. He knows how to make money. But this fisherman has got high SQ. He knows the purpose of life is to have happiness and peace. But this management consultant has got low SQ. He doesn't know what is the purpose of life. What is the ultimate aim of life? What is the ultimate goal of life? Now don't take a wrong message. That does not mean that we should not go for career development. That does not mean we should not go for a higher package or a better package. No. What I mean to say, simple package cannot give you happiness, peace in life. Simple money cannot give you happiness and peace. There are many more factors. And that is why you must understand IQ plus EQ plus SQ. That will give you TPD. What is TPD? Total personality development. Unless until you have fractured development of personality, when you have got only one of the 3 or 2 of the 3, you will not be able to have a total personality development. You will not be able to have total success, not total happiness and total peace. Long-term happiness, long-term peace, if you want, long-term success, if you want, then we have to have total personality development, IQ, EQ and SQ. Now, the $1 million question is, how to develop SQ? So it is here that we get the wisdom from our scriptures, which the modern science is yet grappling with the fact. But Swami Vivekananda gave the gist of the whole of Vedanta philosophy in his book on Raj Yoga in one paragraph, where he says, each soul is potentially divine. The goal of human life, whether you are a boy or a girl, whether rich or poor, whether you are lower caste, higher caste, we are Indian or American, the goal of every human being is to manifest this divinity within by controlling nature, external and internal. Do this either by work or worship or psychic control or philosophy. By one or more or all of these and be free. This is the whole of religion. Doctrines, dogmas, rituals, temples, churches, mosques are but secondary details. This is the whole of religion. What is that? Manifesting the divinity. Divinity means infinite power. It is already there within each and every human being, but it is in a potential form. At present, we are not able to feel that power. Why? It is in a potential form. There is a great covering. This covering has to be removed. And there are 4 methods of removing the covering. Raj Yoga, meditation, Bhakti Yoga, prayer, Jnana Yoga, inspirational reading, and Karma Yoga, unselfish service. If we can combine these 4 in our daily life, nothing much has to be done. Already, whatever you are doing, I don't tell you to change your routine. No. Just add 5-5-5 principle. 5-5-5 morning. 5-5-5 evening. What is 5-5-5? 5 minutes of prayer, 5 minutes of meditation, and 5 minutes of inspirational reading in the morning, and 5 minutes of meditation, 5 minutes of prayer, and 5 minutes of inspirational reading at night while gliding into sleep. Just start with this one. I want to give you the practical solution of all your psychological problems. Why we are having distress, why we are having worries, why we are under depression? Because not only that, others do not have problems. All have problems, but some are able to face the problems boldly. That's the difference. So this will enable you, this 5-5 principle. The crux of the whole thing, I will tell you, why students are committing suicide. Do you know why? Because one reason only, their mind has become very weak. It has become so weak that even the parents tell one thing, harsh thing, they commit suicide. Because the mind has become very weak. It cannot take any criticism, it cannot take any scolding, it cannot face any problem. The mind has become very weak. Why it has become weak? Do you know why? Because the mind has not been given the food. Supposing I tell you not to take food today, what will happen? Nothing will happen. For 15 days I tell you don't to take food, what will happen? You become weak, isn't it? Physically weak. Because you did not take food. Even if within one day only some children start, some students will start shouting, no, give me some food, give me some food. I want some food. I want some food. But do you know what we are doing? Even for a single day, if we do some fasting, if we are told to do fasting, then what do? Okay, fasting, what are the things we can take? Let us take fruits. Then some people take something else also. Anything excepting dal roti is everything is okay in Ekadashi or in fasting. That is the type of fasting we are doing. Nirjala Ekadashi nobody is doing. Very few. When we do fasting, what type of fasting we do? Feasting type of fasting. It is more feasting, not fasting. But when we do mental fasting, Nirjala. Absolutely no, nothing, no food. For days together, I tell the students, please read the books of Swami Vivekananda, please read some inspirational reading, please have some books on self-development. No time. Please meditate for some, no time. You don't know how many channels are there in TV. And then now we have got internet, and we have to have internet, cheating, chatting, both going together. So much of freedom. Where is the time? And so much of homework, and so much of study. And in that also we have got so much of breakup and so many types of problems. So we don't have time for going for meditation. 5 minutes, no time. Ultimately, what happens? The mind becomes so weak, small problem, suicide. So, only solution for all your psychological distress problem is avoid negativity. Avoid negativity. How negativity can be avoided? By having positivity. How to have positivity? By having a positive attitude. So, glass is half full of milk. Somebody will say glass is half empty, and somebody will say glass is half full. Isn't it? How do you look at it? I have got only one leg, so let me commit suicide. That is negative. I have got only one leg. With one leg I will create world record. That is positive thinking. I will tell you the real example, case example. There was one girl, 23-year-old. She was going from Lucknow to Delhi, and she was a national volleyball champion. At midnight, some dacoits came. They started snatching away everything from the passengers. It was a general compartment. She did not get reservation because suddenly she got a call for the interview from Delhi. So that's why she was going. So she was traveling. And she was the only girl in the whole compartment. And all the other people, they started giving everything to the dacoits. They were having weapons. Now they came to this girl. They told, give up your chain. That she was wearing a chain, golden chain. She said, no, this is given by my mom, I will not give you. Now the dacoit became furious. What? All I have given and you will not give? You must give. She started fighting single-handedly with those 4 dacoits. Nobody else had the courage, but this girl had the courage. And she started fighting with all the 4 people. And these 4 people, then they thought, seeing this courage of this girl, if all the people got courage, then we will have to give up all the items to them. So they became so furious, they just pushed her out of the running train, out of the gate. From another parallel train, another train was coming. She collided with that train. Again she came to with this train. Again she collided with another train. And 2-3 times top-seater it happened. Then she fell down and her left leg below the knee was crushed under the train. And whole night she was weeping and crying. Nobody came to her help. In the morning somebody saw, then they took her to the nearby small station. From there she was taken to another station. From there she was taken to Bareilly station. Bareilly's platform, she was lying. People thought she is dead. Then she asked for a glass of water. Then they thought that she is alive. She was taken to the civil hospital. There in Bareilly civil hospital they said, this girl is going to die. Already gangrene has started developing and we don't have amputation. We don't have the operation. We can't do operation because anesthesia is not there. Anesthesia is also not there. Anesthesia is not there. That is why this girl will die. This girl was still living. She was still surviving. And she told in a very feeble voice, no, I don't want to die. Okay, if you don't have anesthesia, you carry out operation without anesthesia. The doctor said, you don't know how much pain will be there. She said, I will bear the pain. And she bore that pain. 1.5 hours the operation was done. Her left leg was amputated and removed. She bore all that pain. And then she was shifted to Lucknow Trauma Center. Now the real politics started. The Congress, the government in the Delhi center, in the Delhi, Union government, they took her to the AIMS hospital for treatment. And they charged UP government at that time, I'm talking about 2011. It was 11th April 2011. So that time the government was told, UP government, that there is no law and order in the whole of UP, because even the national volleyball champions, this girl has been thrown out and she is surviving like this. So the UP government said, our law and order situation is very nice. This girl is lying. She was trying to commit suicide. That is why she jumped and that is why her leg is cut. That girl was there in the AIDS hospital. She was astonished, this type of treatment. Then the media people, she told media people, no, I was not committing suicide. Really it happened. Nobody believed. She became so much disturbed that on the hospital bed, she took a decision. Okay, I have lost one leg, but I have got one good leg. One is artificial leg, one is good leg. One leg is gone, doesn't matter, but one leg is there. With one leg, I'll conquer Mount Everest and create world record. Then only these media people will listen to me. He did that. He promised that to herself. As soon as she was discharged, she first went to Bachendri Pal. She took training for 2 years under mountaineering. On 23rd of January 2013, she came to me. I was at that time in charge of Baroda Center. Then she told me, Swamiji, I have taken a plea that I will go to Mount Everest with one leg. But even people with 2 legs are dying, and I want to go with one leg. You must give me special blessing. I said, I can't give you blessing, I can give you best wishes. If you want blessing, you must get blessings of Swami Vivekananda. Because here in Baroda, Swami Vivekananda stayed in this very house. You go to meditation room, pray to Swami Vivekananda, Sri Ramakrishna, Sharda Devi. You pray to them, they will give you the power, they will give you blessing, everything will be alright, don't worry. She went to meditation room. After half an hour she said, I am feeling so refreshed. I got a lot of energy and I got a lot of confidence. Then I gave her a book of Swami Vivekananda, small book. I said, this book you should carry right up to Mount Everest. Other books I gave, I said, you go take up only up to the camp. Because first they have to be in the camp for some time. But Mount Everest, they cannot carry heavy things. I said, just small book you carry. I gave her a photograph of Swami Vivekananda with Sri Ramakrishna Sharda Devi. So whenever you are in distress, just pray to them. She did the same thing, and it so happened that when she was just reaching Mount Everest, her oxygen cylinder got empty. Then immediately the information was given to this Sherpa. Sherpa told, you come back immediately, because now without oxygen you can't go up, you can't go down also, immediately you must go down. She said, no. I have promised Swamiji that I will keep this photograph on Mount Everest. I have to fulfill that promise. Maybe I will die, but I have given that promise, I will not come back. She did not, she took the rest of her life, went up and she worshipped that photograph, put the photograph there, and she was coming back. That time she fell down and almost died. At that time, one Britisher was going up. When he saw, it was already 11 o'clock. So the weather had completely changed. It was heavy snowfall. So he thought, I can't go up. So he was having 2 oxygen cylinders. One oxygen cylinder he threw away, another he put. The Sherpa saw it. He just took that oxygen cylinder, immediately put her on this girl, and that girl survived. And that is how she created the world record, the first female amputee of the world to climb Mount Everest on 21st May 2013. Many of you know the name of the person, Arunima Sinha. Have you heard of him? Later on, she got Padma Shri, she got doctorate, but she came to me on 23rd January 2013, and I told her, if you come back after creating world record, we will felicitate you at Baroda. And because Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam was to come, the President of India, he was not President at that time, already he had retired from there. So the Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, the former President, was to come there. We had 19th of August 2013, we had an international conference. 9th of August 2013, we had an international youth conference. So he was to inaugurate it. I said, you come there. So she came there and we felicitated her. Dr. Kalam felicitated her. And afterwards, of course, she became an inspirational, motivational speaker also. So she is always talking to me. Afterwards also she had many problems. And she is facing the problems boldly. But this is called positive thinking. I lost one leg, so now my life is gone. I have to live all my life on wheelchair or die or commit suicide. That is that is called negative thinking. And what is positive thinking? I have lost one leg, but I have got one leg still. With that one leg, I will create world record. And she created world record. So it is not the problems outside that are important. It is your mind that is more important. How do you take the problems? What is your thinking? If you have positive thinking, you will be able to face the problems squarely. Let the challenges be there. The greater the challenges, greater the problems, the greater the struggle, the greater is the person who comes out of it. So if you want to become extraordinary, be prepared for extraordinary problem. If you want to become ordinary, then ordinary problem. You have to decide, no, I want to do something in my life. I must put a bar. I am a human being. And I must develop IQ, EQ, SQ. I must develop total personality development. I must have total success, happiness and peace. I am a human being. What a great glory. I am a human being, at least. I think there is no doubt about it. All are human beings. This is the positive thinking you can do. Sometimes you know how to do positive thinking. You write down what are the plus points. There is no plus point. You write down the plus point. I am a human being. Because you are a human being, you have got SQ. IQ, EQ, SQ, all the three you have got. That is the plus point. Now go on adding that I am not illiterate. Illiterate? Anybody illiterate here? You must go out of the university. No illiterate? 25% illiterate in India. You are not one of them. What a great thing. Write down plus point, one more plus point. I am not illiterate. 2 legs, 2 hands, 2 eyes, 2 ears. So many things you have got. Many people do not have all these things. And still they are having confidence. And you are having all those things minus confidence. So positive thinking. What I have got, you think on that. What I do not have, you are always thinking on that. So try to write count your blessings. Hanuman Chalisa, some people go for Hanuman Chalisa. You prepare your own Chalisa. 40 great qualities that you are having. Write down. Which others are not having, you are having. I don't have any quality. But I can cut jokes. Okay, write down. Even that also is a good quality. Nowadays, laughing is also one type of therapy, laughter therapy. So you can make people laugh, very good quality. You can cut jokes at least. So write down all the plus points, 40 points. So try to develop SQ, IQ, EQ, try to develop total personality development, try to develop positive thinking, and you will be able to face the problems boldly. I end with a small story. The story. Afterwards, if time permits, we will like to have a question answer. I would like to have a question answer session. So just I end this time with the one story. This is a very famous story which Swami Vivekananda used to say, used to tell to the American people. And all the negativity of American people was removed because of that story. When Swamiji went there, most of the people, they were suffering from low esteem. They were thinking they are sinners. So Swamiji went there, and when he delivered his lecture in the Parliament of World Religions, were talking about Hinduism, he quoted a shloka from the Shweta Upanishad. Shunvantu Vishve Amritasya Putra Aye Dhamani Divyani Tastu Vedahametam Purusham Mahantam Aditya Varnam Tamasa Parastat Tameva Viditva Dimrityameti Nanya Pantha Viditenaya. I have found the ancient one who is beyond all miseries. By knowing him alone, you shall be free from all miseries. That is the shloka from the Shweta Upanishad. Swamiji quoted this shloka in the World Parliament of Religions. Then he said, "Dear sisters and brothers of America, let me call you by this sweet name, Amritasya Putra, ye, the children of immortal bliss." Vedanta does not recognize sin. Vedanta recognizes only error. And the greatest error you are making when you call yourself a sinner. Ye, the children of immortal bliss, Amritasya Putra, ye, the children of immortal bliss, holy and perfect beings, ye, divinities on earth, sinners, it is a sin to call a man so. It is a steady libel on human nature. Come upon lions and shake off the delusion that you are sheep. Your soul is immortal, spirits free, blessed and eternal. Ye are not matter, ye are not bodies. Matter is a servant, not ye the servant of matter. That is the message, the gist of Vedanta, the nectar of Vedanta. Why Swami Vivekananda had to stay back for 3.5 years for giving this nectar of Vedanta to the American people? They were suffering so much from the mental problem. They were thinking themselves sinners. But Swami said, no, you are not sinner. You are divine. You are divine. You are divine everywhere. He told the same thing. One day, an American lady said, Swami, you are trying to hypnotize us, always trying, you are divine, you are divine, you are divine. Swami immediately replied, Madam, I am not trying to hypnotize you, I am trying to de-hypnotize you. Because already you are hypnotized. I am a sinner, I am a sinner, I am a sinner. You have been already hypnotized. I am not trying to hypnotize you, I am trying to de-hypnotize you. Why? Because you are divine, that is the first truth. You are divine, that is the second truth. You are divine, that is the last truth. There is no truth greater than this. Amritasya Putra. Man is a social animal. That is old concept. Man is a political animal. Aristotle said, old concept. Man is a tool-making animal. Benjamin Franklin said, old concept. Man is an economic animal. Alvin Toffler says, old concept. What is the new concept? Swami Vivekananda says, Amritasya Putra. You are not animal. You are the children of immortal bliss, holy and perfect beings. That is the message of Vedanta. That is the nectar of Vedanta. You must remember that story. Come up, all lions, and shake off the delusion that you are sheep, your soul's immortal, spirits free, blessed and eternal, ye are not matter, ye are not bodies, matter is servant, not either servant of matter. Should I tell the story?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay? There was a lioness. She was going to the forest. At that time, a flock of sheep was going. So in order to cross this flock of sheep, the lioness jumped. When she jumped, she was pregnant. So she was carrying a small cub in her womb. Because she jumped, she had miscarriage, and the small cub went into the flock of sheep. And the lioness went to the other side. She fell down, unconscious, and then she died. This small lion, cub started weeping. Why? Because he had lost his mother. Now, the mother of the sheep became compassionate and started taking care of this small lion cub. So the lion cub started going along with the sheep. What are the sheep eating? Grass. So he also started eating grass and playing with the flock of sheep, eating grass with the flock of sheep, and also started bah. You know, the flock of sheep, what do they say? Bah. So this small lion started screaming bah. Now, after a long time, another big lion came, and he saw so many sheep are going bah. There is a small lion going along with that, and that lion also telling bah. Now this big lion became very much astonished. It had never seen any lion this screaming like bah. So it wanted to know what it is all about. So it came nearer, and seeing that big lion, the sheep started running bah. And that small lion also started running bah. And the big lion caught hold of, hey, where are you going? These are all sheep, and I am lion, so they are afraid of me. But you are a lion like me, why are you afraid of me? The small lion said, bah. I am not lion, I am sheep. You fool, you are a lion and still you are saying you are sheep. You are lion, you are not sheep. The small lion said, bah. I am not lion, I am sheep. Started weeping more and more. Now this big lion became very much angry. Caught hold of the lion, small lion, brought it near a pond. Look at your reflection in this pond of water. And look at my face. Look at your face. Is it same or not? Yes, it is same. I am a lion. You are also a lion. You are not sheep. Understand? Now, roar like me. Roar like me. Yes, now you are the king of the forest. I am the king of the forest. Now, Swamiji told this story and said, do you know, this small lion was already lion, isn't it? But why it was screaming, bah, why it was doing bah, screaming, bah, why? It had forgotten that I am a lion. That is the thing. Swami Vivekananda said, all of us have got infinite potential. How much potential? Infinite potential. We have got Atman, soul, having infinite potential. And yet, what we are doing, what we are saying, I am powerless, I don't have the power, I become very much depressed, I have got lot of tension, how to face the examination, how to give public speech, how to face the tournament, bah, bah, bah. We are doing bah, bah, bah. Why? Because we have forgotten our true nature. So Swamiji says, come up, O lions, and shake off the delusion that you are sheep. Your soul is immortal, spirit is free, blessed and eternal. Ye are not matter, ye are not bodies. Matter is a servant, not is a servant of matter. So we have to remember this story. Remember, we are lions, not sheep. We have got infinite power potential within us. We can face any problem in the world. There is no problem which cannot be fought by the infinite power of the Atman. Even death, when Alexander the Great came, he saw a monk who was facing death boldly. That is why when he died, he said, put my hands dangling out of the grave. I want to send the message, Emperor Alexander the Great conquered the whole world. So many elephants, so many horses, but I am going empty-handed. Nothing is going with me. But that monk, he conquered himself. So he was laughing at the time of death, and I am weeping at the time of death, and I am going empty-handed. So this development of IQ, EQ, SQ will give you total personality development, and this SQ can be developed by 4 yogas. Raj Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga, for which what you have to do is that do your work in the spirit of worship, number 1, and 5-5-5 in the morning and 5-5-5 in the evening. Gradually the lion will be roused from within. Gradually the infinite power will be roused from within, and you will be able to face all the psychological problems in a strong way, in a better way, and all of you will be able to come out of it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Swamiji Maharaj, for enlightening us with your words of wisdom and putting things in the right perspective. Now I request